Board games may be a niche hobby today, but there is a time when all of us played board games. And for about 6 years of my life, I was a Snakes and Lattes employee where I taught people how to play board games, and that was my job. That was my job for a long time. And today, I'm going to go over which are the evergreen board games, what games are the all-time great, what still hold up today, and which are the ones that are best left in your childhood. Also, if there are ways in your childhood, maybe there's a way to make them better so that when you play them with your kids, you don't go insane. So, let's start from the very beginning. We have Battleship. Battleship is a fine game. It is a solid B game. It still holds up. If you play it today, it'll still be the same game you always remember. It's very simple to play, very simple to do, but still has enough strategy to keep it interesting. However, there is no reason this game cannot be played on paper and pen. Why do you need the Battleship setup? Well, simply so you can have little plastic pieces out. Is that necessary in today's day and age? I don't know. Figure it out for yourself, but Battleship is a classic game. It is a good game, and overall, I think it's one of the ones that still holds up to this day. Candyland does not. Candyland is an awful, terrible, super boring game. Because what it is you have a stack of cards with different colors on them, and you pick up a card, and then you move that number of spaces forward. That means that the very beginning, your game is set. So someone will win based off of the way that the cards are in the deck. How do you make that more interesting? Simple. Grab 2 cards, and then choose which one you want to play. Is that better? I don't know. But it will certainly be at least a little bit more interesting than Candyland. Chutes and Ladders is another game where luck takes a priority. With Candyland, the luck is straight there from the beginning of the game. You can't do anything about it. Chutes and Ladders, it's based off a roll of a dice. So, in Snakes and Ladders, or Chutes and Ladders, apparently, if you're American. In Chutes and Ladders, what you were trying to do is you were trying to roll a dice to get to the top of a tower, up to a thing. Originally, it was meant as an idea of morality, where essentially the ladders are virtues which drive you up towards the goal of nirvana or heaven or whatever the particular instance was. And then the snakes or the chutes are the pitfalls, the morality pitfalls that will drag you back down to the bottom of your life. So, has that translated to today's day and age? No. So how do you make Chutes and Ladders more interesting? Well, it's hard because you only have the dice. I mean, you could roll the dice twice and then choose which one you want, but that kind of defeats the purpose. It's designed to be a luck game. Is it a good luck game? Well, it's a luck game. So, just get really good at rolling random chance. So, Clue. Clue is fantastic. I still think it's probably one of the few games of this lot of the evergreen games, so to speak, that sell millions and millions of copies every year. Clue is probably the one that still holds up the best. Is it a game that's interesting and fun? Yes. Is it smart? Yes. Does it do a good job? Yes. So, Clue is fine. No issues with Clue. Overall, it's still a fine game. I would rather play it than most of the other ones on this list. So, is it highly playable still to this day? Absolutely. Also, now there's like 1,000,001 franchises, so, how can you miss there? Any Game of Thrones Clue, I'm sure it exists. Every franchise you can think of has a Clue version. So, go out there, find one you like. It's all the same gameplay, and it's still pretty good. So, go for it. Connect 4. Drop pieces in a thing until you connect 4 of them. Is it great? It's not bad. Is it smart? It's not bad. Is it fun? It's not bad. It's not bad. Connect 4 is just a classic game. You can play anytime. Do you need the actual set that they have? No. But, it's Clue. What else do you do with Clue? Cards. Cards are probably the you know what? I'm going to do this. Clue is an A-tier game. Cards are in a tier all themselves because this contains every game you could possibly think of. And most games only require cards for a reason. You can play them from solitaire. You can play them to up to 8 people. Or technically 52 people if you each had like 1 card. Yeah, cards are totally expandable. Probably the best value per game you'll ever have. And it's infinitely flexible. So, get out there, play some cards. Everyone should have a deck of cards. It is what it is. The game of life. Spin a wheel, move forward, go in debt. Just like real life. I would consider it a D-class game because, again, not a lot in terms of strategy, not a lot in terms of replayability. What is it? You spin a wheel. That wheel tells you how many spaces to move forward. That's the number of spaces you move forward. It's fairly simple. It's fairly obvious. But can life be improved? I don't know. I would be like, you can spin the wheel or roll a dice, but it's about the same. It's another luck-based game. So if that's your thing, then it's great. At least life has like some form of currency, so you're accumulating stuff as you go through. But is it great? Again, not really. Hungry Hungry Hippos. This game deserves its own circle of hell, based simply on the fact that, yeah, it's a fast game where you're going tack 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 tack, and you're trying to get the hippos to eat all their things, which is fine, I guess. The issue with Hungry Hungry Hippos is the noise. It is like the noisiest game you could possibly play. It's so loud for zero reason. Why is Hungry Hungry Hippos so loud? It's plastic deafness. It's just loud. It's obnoxious. You play this in a board game cafe and everyone hates you. Like, that's just a fact. Don't play Hungry Hungry Hippos in a public place. Don't get Hungry Hungry Hippos for your parents, for your like friends, kids. Don't do it. It's not wise. It's not smart. No one will like you. Plus the marbles will get everywhere. Terrible things will happen. Like, the apocalypse will come because someone got someone Hungry Hungry Hippos. Mark my words. Jenga. Jenga is probably another... I would say it's not quite at cards level, but it's just below. Ease of use, high. Replayability, high. Fun, it is. Like, Jenga is a classic for a reason. Everyone loves it for a reason. It's good. You can play it anywhere, and you can have a lot of fun with it. So, keep up the Jenga. Jenga is a good choice. Jenga is a good thing to have, and you will enjoy it. So, going forward. Monopoly. Monopoly has a bad rap, because most people play Monopoly don't actually know how to play Monopoly. Monopoly is a game where if you land on a space and you don't buy it, that space should go up for auction, and then everyone can essentially bid on which one they want. So the game goes a lot faster. Plus, when you hit free parking, there shouldn't be money on the thing. It should just be a free space. So, if you play with those games, it's actually only about like an hour, 2 hours maybe. But, you know, the way that people play now with the accumulation of... It's just too much. Like, it's... You know, if you play it that way, Monopoly is like an easy bottom tier game. But if you play it the way it's actually supposed to be played, it's not the worst. So, keep that in mind. Mousetrap. Mousetrap is bad. Has anyone here actually played Mousetrap? No. What have you done? You've set up half of the mechanics, you realized it doesn't work, and you've never played it, you've never looked at it again. You just wanted to play with the contraption. So don't lie to me. You only wanted it for the contraption. That's all you did. That's all you wanted. That's all you get. So, is Mousetrap a bad game? Well, yes. It's another luck-based game, but this one has a cool contraption that you've never played. You have never played Mousetrap. Don't lie to me. Anyways, is it a good game? No. Operation. Operation's an interesting dexterity game. I would put it right above Battleship in terms of it's unique enough, it's fun enough, it's careful, it's methodical, it's a nice it's probably the father of most dexterity games, that and Jenga. If you play one, you've played the other. Is it great? Yeah, it's not bad. Everyone should play Operation, everyone should play Jenga. So, Risk. Risk is a fantastic game. I'm going to put it just above Clue, just behind Jenga. It is a game that involves... It's probably the most strategic of these games, other than Stratego, which I will put on here in a second. All-time classic, all-time good game. No complaints. Scrabble, same thing. Scrabble I'm going to put ahead of Jenga. No, Scrabble's behind Jenga. Jenga, just for ease of use and memorability, everyone knows how to play Jenga. Scrabble has some finicky bits. So, is Scrabble also a good game? Absolutely. It's a classic for a reason. People still... Like, it's one of the highest class... you know, strategy word games. Probably the best word game out there. But, you know, it's there for a reason. It's got a good point. Sorry isn't great, but I will put it above Life. It's essentially, you have cards, you play them, you move your pieces forward. You say sorry when you knock someone out, but you don't mean it. You're happy they're dead. So, you know, sorry is fine. Classic Parcheesi style game. It's what we do. Stratego. Stratego is also highly... the only reason I'm putting this in B tier instead of A tier is because it is a little bit more strategic in a confusing way for first-timers, so a lot of people won't catch on to it right away. But it is a good game. It is worth playing. It's a lot of fun. Everyone likes Stratego. If you don't like Stratego, you're lying. Trouble. Trouble is the same as Sorry, but it has that pop in the middle. Actually, yes, Trouble pretty much the same. The only difference really is this one's dice-based and Sorry isn't. Sorry's card-based, Trouble is dice-based. Both about the same in terms of quality. So, take it for what it is. Twister. It's interesting. Ease of use right there. Simplicity right there. Fun. Yeah. It's not a sexy game no matter what people think. But, for what it is, it's there. It's good. Enjoy it. Play it. Have fun. Uno. Do I like card games? For me personally, Uno's low, which, for other people, this will be a very high game, which is totally fine. Uno, for me, though, is very annoying. Especially once you hit the +2s, +2s, +4s. I think that people get carried away with that. It's way too easy just to... I don't really like luck-based card games, which is funny because I'm working on a few. But, Uno is a classic for a reason. It's not my cup of tea, but other people have really enjoyed it for a long time. So, no complaints. And finally, Yahtzee. Where does Yahtzee sit in the list? I would say right above Battleship. Again, ease of use. It's fun enough. It is a luck-based game, but there's enough strategy in terms of where you place your points. So, for all that being considered, I would say Yahtzee's a good time. You can enjoy Yahtzee without going crazy. So, this is how I think. These are the evergreen games that I thought of. If you have other ones in your mind, if you have other ones that you can suggest, let me know. And we can put them into the ranking and see which ones you would choose if you had the choice. Alright, until next time, I will see you then. Thank you for watching. My name is Matti McLean. You can find me on problematic streaming platform Spotify at A Canadian in Eurovision. You can find me online on Twitter and Instagram at The Big Shabam. And finally, if you like what you've seen here and you want to help me out, feel free to like, subscribe. It really does help. And also, if you want to see me do something next, don't be afraid to tell me. Looking forward to hearing from you all soon, and you have a great day now.